Okay, so first things first, let me know y'all thoughts on today's episode down below. Hold on, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. There you go. Okay, let me find these notes. I done flipped over to General Hospital. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Okay, we gotta talk about it. What did y'all think of the episode? Let me know down below. Look, I like how Nick was like, "Congratulations," talking about son he back together with Taylor. But the only thing I wish he would have done is when he asked him what he was doing back in town or what he was in town for. He should have told him, "I came to get Brooke." He should have told him, "I came to get Brooke." And not only that, um, when he told Nick on today's episode, Rich told Nick that him and Brooke, he like, me and Brooke got work to do or whatever. Brooke should have said, she should have said, actually, I'm finna take a lunch break and go catch up with Nick. That's what she should have did. But now, based on how she was looking, I feel like she finna get ready to use this to her advantage. I think she finna get ready to use this to her advantage as far as making Ridge jealous. Or maybe she just made that face because she knows that he's already jealous. Because she even told him on today's episode he has no right to be jealous. And I said, exactly. I said, what do you think this is? Then talking about some, what he said after Nick left, talking about some, stay away from him. He's not a good dude. What he said, he's not a good person. I said, what he did? Who is he? Is he a bad person for real? That's just him being a hater. What is it, y'all? Let me know. I just researched. I was like, I want to know. Because they had mentioned somebody on today's episode. And I asked y'all yesterday. I don't know if y'all ever told me or not. You know, if Brooke had a child by by Nick or whatever. But yeah, I looked it up. She do. His name Jack. I was like, dog, I ain't know she had 5 kids. But yeah, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Ridge, Brooke, Nick. So he came up in that office or whatever, and he started questioning Nick about why he's there. And that's when I said he should have said I came to get Brooke. Then he gonna sit up here and say some doggone or do I even want to know, or do I already know? Cause he knew. He already knew what it was. That he came to get Brooke. I said, look at you. I said, look at you, Ridge. You jealous now, ain't you? You jealous now? She literally, this the same day, the same episode where she was just asking you to come back home. You ain't got no right to tell this lady who to talk to, talking about some, stay away from him. He's not a good person. Then we got on the phone. I said, he said that like it's final or something. I said, what the word he think this is? But yeah, Ridge, Brooke, and Nick. Okay, so on today's episode, Ridge was asking Nick why he's there in LA. And I said, I wrote down, I said, to get your woman, to get your destiny. I said, Nick was giving it to him, though. He was like, he brought up destiny and stuff like that. He told him, congratulations. He was like, first of all, for getting your company back, but second of all, because you back with Taylor. I said, ooh. I said, ooh. What else he said? He said something else to Ridge. I said, this what you get. I said, this is exactly what you get. But I really wanted him to say he came there for Brooke or whatever, ask her out or something in front of this man. But I'm sure it's coming. But yeah, what else? Like I said, he was just questioning him the entire time, and Nick told him he liked to be, I ain't gonna say on the road, apparently in the water. So what he be doing? Going on ships and stuff or something? I don't know. But yeah, they was talking about that, and then he was like, "Well, me and Brooke got to get back to work." I said, tell him you taking a lunch break. You won't be the first time y'all just got to work and left." I said, tell him you taking a lunch break, something. But yeah, that's when she started telling him he has no right to be jealous after Nick left. Nick, wait a minute. Before Nick left, he kissed Brooke's hand. I said, look at Ridge over there mad. I said, look at him over there mad. I forgot to write that part down. Yeah, he kissed her hand before he left. I said, you should have kissed her on the lips. She probably would have rejected him then, though, in front of Ridge. But yeah, he kissed her hand and then he left out. And I said, look at you. And that's when he went, she was telling him how he had no right to be jealous and stuff like that. And he was like, jealous or whatever. I'm just worried about a friend or something like that. Then tell me some, stay away from him. He went, hurry up and shut that door when Nick left, too. He would hurry up and shut that doggone door. I said, look at you. Then to myself, Nick is not a good person. And I was going to ask y'all, I said, is he a bad person for real or he just hating? Let me know. Let me know down below. But yeah, what else? After he said that, he went and got on the phone or whatever, and that's when she started making his face. She started making his face, and I couldn't tell if she was about to get ready to use this to her advantage and to make him jealous, or it's because she actually seen firsthand that he jealous and that he still love her or want her. Excuse me. But that's how that happened with them. Ridge upset, and he's supposed to talk to Taylor about it on tomorrow's episode or Friday's episode. Steffi and Taylor, they were just talking about Liam lending the house to the kids and talking about Luna and how Liam's worried about them and their safety. And all she cares about is the kids being safe, about Hayes being safe. Um, what else? Taylor ends up asking Stephanie how she's doing in regards to Liam, and she was just breaking down, crying and stuff about him dying. I said, he ain't dying. I said, he ain't dying. I'm gonna stop saying it. I'm gonna stop saying it like that. I was like, he ain't dead yet, and he still ain't told Bill. Still, we ain't seen nothing. Nothing. I ain't read nothing about him telling Bill this week either, y'all. I'm starting to think this finna drag on a long time, not just about Liam dying, but the whole Luna situation. This lady don't sit up here, the teacher lady, don't sit up here and invited Luna to come teach the kids. So I'm like, okay, I don't see her grabbing Hayes no time soon, y'all. This must gonna drag on for a while. We'll see. But yeah, like I said, Stephen Taylor was just talking about Liam. Then they started talking about Luna and, keeping them safe and stuff like that, about how she been. I said, at this point, they definitely gonna have to get secure. They gonna have to do something, because this girl is crazy. I feel like she got even more upset when she seen Lecture come through the door. I said, they better not have her guarding this boy. I said, she gonna take her down. She been looking for an opportunity to get her anyway. But yeah, let me see what else with Steffi. Let's see. Like I said, Steffi expresses how she feels about Luna and Hayes, about them being half siblings, because if you've seen the episode where Luna told her that Hayes is her half brother, and she said she hate to think of her that way and stuff like that. Then Hayes came in, Electric came, brought Hayes or whatever, and that's when he was showing his little bird thing, and he was like, a lady gave it to him, but they don't know what lady. And I said, dog, if only they had a little hint or something to let them know, okay, it was Luna. But no, this seemed like it's gonna drag on for a while, y'all. Excuse me. We'll see though. What else? Let's see. Was that the last scene with Taylor now? I think last we got Luna, Hayes, Electra, and of course the teacher lady. So okay, let's see. Luna was watching Hayes or whatever. So then he left something outside, and she told him, the teacher told him to go back and get it. Now I know she got some other kids in the room and stuff like that, but she could have at least kept the door open or something, because you don't let the little boy go out there by himself. He could run off or anything. Then she yelled out to him to come back in. Hold on. But yeah, he went out there to get it, and that's when Luna came up out the bushes, came up out the tree, wherever she came from. She came out of hiding. That's what she did, y'all. And she's like, hey, Hayes, right? And she gave him this little, she was like, I got something for you. So she ends up giving him this little bird origami thing. And what else? I think at that point, was that when the teacher called him and he went in? Yeah, and then she was asking him where he got it from. That's when he said the nice lady outside or whatever. I said, she ain't nice. She evil. She crazy. She a psychopath. Talking about nice lady. Kids so easily fooled. Then, okay, after the kids had left and stuff like that, Electra had popped up. And she was just looking. I was like, y'all don't see. She looking through the. She was right there. I'm thinking the teacher gonna look up and get shocked or scared or something like that. Because she wasn't like hiding herself. She was right there. And soon as she seen Electra come in there to get Hayes, she was getting even madder and madderer. She was getting even more upset over there. I said, yeah, she gonna take Electra down. She gonna take Electra down. They better find somebody else. But yeah, Stephanie was telling Electra how much they appreciate her watching Hayes and Kelly and stuff like that. So I'm assuming, like, whenever Luna get ready to do what she do, if they actually take it that far, because we don't really know where the storyline headed. We just gotta wait and see. But if they actually take it that far, I feel like I feel like Electra gonna be watching him, and she gonna end up hitting her or something like that. But then again, with her now finna teach, because she agreed to it or whatever. I said she got plenty of opportunity to get this boy. But yeah, like I said, the kids got ready to go or whatever. That's when Luna was just standing out there, and the teacher came out there. She was like, so are you the one that gave, because she had something in her hand. And she was like, so you the one who gave Hayes that, bird or whatever. She was like, yeah. So she ends up convincing Luna to come teach the cast. To come teach, Lord have mercy, to come teach the kids, to come teach the kids or whatever. And she played it off at first. She told me, oh, I don't know, whatever. She knew doggone well what she was doing. That's why she popped up like that. But when she invited her in, I was like, what she finna do to this lady? But no, she ends up agreeing, saying that she'll do it. And I was like, I know eventually she know that either Stephanie them gonna come in, or Electra, or Leon, somebody gonna end up coming in and seeing her. Excuse me. But yeah, I think that's it, y'all. She over here finna get ready to teach these kids. Oh, she told the teacher her name was Sunshine. She talking about some sunshine or whatever. She had to think about it. I said more like cloudy day, more like storm, more like rain. Talking about some sunshine. Yeah, okay. What else? I think that's it, y'all. Yep, that is it. Now, let me know your thoughts on this episode. Let me know your thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, this is how girls today be safe.